Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. Let's use this idea a few times to kind of get the hang of it, particularly for products for now. Why don't we do something like x times cosine of x? Let's think about how we would take the derivative of this. First, I'm just going to think of boxes. I'm going to draw different boxes. And let's think about what the derivative of this function would be if only one box were variable at a time. Now, if one box were variable at a time and we have that in there, actually it gets a little bit easier from what we were talking about last time with this chain rule idea. And that's because if you already know how to take the derivative of everything where this is constant and you just have this, you can just go for it and just keep this in there. It's actually really nice. So we'll just go for that. Makes it quicker and we don't have to think about less things. So basically we just take the derivative of this whole thing, thinking of this as a constant and just that sitting out there as a variable. Well, wouldn't that derivative simply just be cosine x, the constant? Then we're going to add to that the derivative of, now it's this guy's turn to be the variable. And now this guy will be the constant. So we'll have constant times the derivative of that. Well, that would just be x times negative sine x. We have just taken the derivative. We're done. Now let's look at another case. G of x is equal to e to the x times sine of x. All right, take the derivative of this. Well, let's box it in two pieces. First, let's assume this is variable. Take a derivative, and this is constant. Just be derivative e to the x is just e to the x times the constant. But now add to that the derivative where this is now the variable and that's the constant. Well, you just take the constant multiplied by the derivative of this, which is just cosine x. We now have the derivative. Okay, now let's do a product of three things. Let's do x times sine x times e to the x. Three boxes. Okay, first time, let's pretend that's a variable and the rest is constant. Then the derivative would just be sine x e to the x. Okay, but we're going to add the next scenario when this right here is the variable and the rest are constants. So the rest are constants and that's the variable. Well, you take a derivative of sine is cosine. Everything else is pretended to be a variable, so it stays multiplied on. Or, okay, because we just pretending that those are constants, that is, and then we have plus, and we look at the next scenario where it's this guy's turn right here. Take the derivative of e to the x, you simply get e to the x. And the rest is held as constant, so it just stays there, x sine x. We just took the derivative. It's f of x, that's f prime of x. Now, sometimes this basic idea that we've been doing is called the product rule. Pretty much if I have three things multiplied together to take a derivative, it's simply each one takes a turn. Thanks for watching.